Tony, Carlos, thanks for coming in, guys. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you having us.
Thank you for having us.
This is kind of unique because you guys just kind of started with vision, but I had to have my brother law enforcement guys in here, right? You guys just opened up, or no, you didn't just open up. You guys been operating as OC Protection Services, right?
Yes. Correct.
Yeah.
It'll be 5 years in October.
Yeah, former LAPD. You went to West Covina?
West Covina.
Yeah, and Tony, I know you were riding around the LASD car. You're doing some reserve work. Yeah,
Yes,
but you,
West Covina as well.
Yeah, but I heard you were one hell of a mechanic.
Yeah, 27 years.
Yeah, 27 years. And then one of my brothers was telling me that he went in your garage, and he said your garage was he couldn't stop talking about your garage. You got to tell me about this garage.
Yeah, I mean, have a Snap-on, of course. You know, I have a big old toolbox, have everything organized, and I mean the floor, epoxy, and yeah.
The only thing he's missing is a lift.
It's a lift. Yeah, that's the only thing.
He's got every tool you can think of.
Is it because the garage isn't high enough?
That's it.
I knew it.
That's it.
If it was be higher, man. You know, I was just talking to him about like if I ever had the chance of owning a bigger property, I think the garage would be bigger than the house.
I bet. Yeah, I bet. No, I heard you're a good wrench.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I do pretty okay.
Can you work in any car?
Yeah, I specialize in Honda and Acura. That's where I started at. You know,
okay.
But over the years, I expanded to other vehicles and stuff like that. And, you know, him and I, we own older Mustangs, you know, so obviously I like working on those. But I like classic cars, but, you know, still building it.
Well, that's fantastic. Right. So did you bump your head with a wrench and decide to get into the security business? How'd that happen?
It happened because of him, to be honest with you. And I think probably a little bit of a bump in the head, too. But, you know, it happened because of him.
Carlos, did you do that? Look at this.
Well, I owned a company before. I had another partner for a couple of years. I started that company about 10 years ago now.
Okay.
That didn't work out for me, and I thought about, because all the headaches and all the growing pains, and then, you know, being in law enforcement and trying to juggle both, and then a family, I just did away with it. It was the time. I did get the experience, you know, the growing pains of the don't do this yet. And so we just, matter of fact, we lost contact with each other for a couple of years, reconnected, started working some EP gigs, and people started asking me for security work. I know that my PPO was still valid, and I just asked Tony if he wanted to partner up with me, because I know him since high school, so
yeah,
it seemed right.
Yeah, I love the relationship you guys have. That was important to me when I first met you guys, obviously, and you came in here. I saw really, you guys are going to do really well.
Thank you.
You guys really are. I love the heart condition. I always say that. And you guys where are you located as far as the actual company?
We're in Covina, California.
Covina.
Yes.
Okay. So a little bit EP work right now, and the type of contracts, what are you working?
We specialize in, we do everything, but we specialize in retail security. So
okay.
We've got big stores that we do armed security for. We do some estate protection, overnight stuff, and commercial as well.
Okay, and you've been doing them for how long now?
Almost 5 years.
Okay, as partners, has it been 5?
Yes.
Okay. It'll be 5 in October.
Okay, very good. He's always got a smile on his face.
Oh,
isn't that great?
Yeah.
I love that.
He does that when
he's got the TO face going right now. You're training right now, right? Are you training right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always like that.
His training's...
It's never done.
I always train. I'm always training.
I love that look, though. I love that look.
You know, he's definitely, you know, cast a big shadow. I always tell him that.
But what I like about it is if I was a client sitting across the table, I'd hire him.
Oh, no, 100%. Yeah. He's always on. I mean, and you know one thing about him that I will say is that he does a lot of research. He reads a lot, and before we jump into anything, he does tons of research and reads on stuff, and I get very excited. And then sometimes he's like, hey, well, let's pump our brakes a little bit. Let me look into this. Let me research. And the good thing about it is that if I come up with him with an idea, he doesn't shut it down. He pretty much does everything. And then he says, hey, yeah, it seems like a good idea. I looked into this and stuff like that. Does way more research than me, you know, when it comes to it. And he dissects everything. You know, so to have a partner like that, that's huge. You know, that's huge.
We feel the same way. I can tell.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah,
Dude,
I can count on him. Yeah, he couldn't pick a better partner.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of reading, matter of fact, I was driving the other day on duty, and I get a phone call about a report that was submitted, at one of our stores for an incident, to capture an incident. So I had just grilled my trainee about his report. So I get off the phone because it's on Bluetooth. It's in the police car, you know. So the trainee goes, "Sir, so are their reports better than mine?"
Did he really?
Yeah. So I said, "No."
Not even close.
No, I said no. I said, he says, "Are my reports better than theirs?" I said, "No, not close."
Yeah.
And it's a good thing because this software that we're implementing, you know, it makes it a whole lot easier. And I'm excited to get that part of the job off my shoulders, where I can trust the software, and it's one less report to read. And, you know, not because I'm stuck reading the trainees' reports.
Yeah.
But when it comes to security and all that stuff, it's prepared and it's well documented, and, you know, it's being tracked.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you imagine if we had this for law enforcement back in the day?
Yeah. Maybe it'd be good to implement
You know,
it in
the
law
bureaucratic bullshit that's going to go with that. It'd take forever, depending on the department itself. Right. But, yeah, I was thinking about it because, man, imagine all the in-custodies.
Oh, easy.
All the jails would be full.
Yeah, in and out. I mean, you'd be in and out. And I mean, you know. I mean, the paperwork takes longer than the arrest.
Yeah.
You know.
What's not to interrupt you? I'm sorry.
Sure.
So West Covina, you get it in custody. Are you staying? If it's a felony, you staying? I mean.
Well, it depends now because there's a system in place where we have to research whether it's if the crime that's been committed is, if the person's going to be held for that or not. Not everything is. Most everything is cited out now, so a cite out, and there's very little that are called magistrate review, where they have to stay until it's checked over by the magistrate. But everything is a cite out. You're talking about burglaries, GTAs, crimes like that. I don't know if you remember when that was implemented originally. There was a guy that stole. The same person in like a 24-hour period stole a couple cars. Police went in pursuit, and then they finally held him at some point because he was cited out every single time he was arrested.
Man, the world has changed, my friend. It's changed drastically.
It has.
Do you still have a field sergeant come out, prove the arrest in the field, or is that a cite out, or no?
No, because everything is, technology's advanced so much where they can read your report from wherever you don't submit a written report, it's submitted through your computer. They have access to it in live, so they can read your report as you're typing it, or you just give them a call. "Hey, Sarge, my report's in."
You're kidding. Wow.
Yeah, there's hardly any paper anymore.
All right, I got to quit talking. I'm going to show my age. Wow. I'm going to show my age. Yeah. Wow. Son of a gun. Well, great. I love what you guys are doing. Obviously, that's why you guys come back. You're a Vision Insight customer. And we talked about doing some great things, new things. That's what we really come here to talk about.
Yes.
What's going to really make you different than the competition or the people that are out in the field.
Yes.
And myself being in that field for a very long time, and then developing real-time reporting, and not just with SilverTruck, but now with Vision. My goal now is to kind of teach guys like you, because I love you guys. You're brothers, right? You're former law enforcement guys, right? You're still family no matter how you look at it, right? And for starting something new, you're fairly new.
Yes.
There's nothing that gives me more pleasure to come and help you guys, or at least give you some advice and tell you about what not to do, right? I told you in the very beginning, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'll tell you what not to do. So let's talk about the business a little bit and where you would like to go. What's your vision? Where would you like to go?
I'd like to be able to operate. Well, I think any business owner, their goal is to have a successful business, kind of operate self on their own, providing value to the customer. It's not just for us. It's not just about making a quick buck. We're very selective with our employees, selective even with our contracts. I think we're big on treating our employees as family, but even bigger on having a good reputation.
Sure.
And so we want to be successful, but at the same time, and try to get into almost every aspect of security. But we're also careful about who we become involved with, and reputation for us is everything.
Yeah.
So we're excited about Vision and what it could do for us, and as far as the value it has and the value it provides for our customers.
Sure. Tony, you're kind of doing the sales right now, primarily?
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot one thing about I think that sets us apart as a company is that we do training. We do training. Carlos probably about a year and a half ago comes up to me and tells me, hey, I think we need to start doing training when it comes to security. And not just for us, but for other people that want to get into the business, people that want to either, number one, they lost their job and want to start applying to become a security guard. Unfortunately, we've seen the market out there, and I'm sure you've seen that too, where some security officers are not up to par. And that's because they're being taught by people that really don't care. They go to a school, they probably get ripped off, paying $800, $900 for something and make them watch a video. And he said, I think we could do better. And so that's where right now we've been focusing a lot when it comes to guard. We just had a glass guard card and exposed carry training class yesterday.
Okay.
And so that's kind of where we've been focusing a lot when it comes to training. Carlos obviously brings a wealth of knowledge when it comes to being a police officer for long. And then prior to this company, he owned another company. So we started training people. And unfortunately, at the beginning, it was kind of tough because they don't know. We were new. No one knew if they should trust us to obviously give us their money so we could be able to train them, get them the guard card certification, get them the exposed carry. And as we've been going, our classes are getting full. And we actually have to expand now to more classes. And now we became vendors for different types of equipment, because like you said, we're very selective of what we do. And with that being said, we wanted to give you a gift.
Oh, yeah?
I know you fly from Texas and stuff, so we got you a Condition 1 case who we are a vendor for. And
Really?
it's TSA approved, and, hold your guns. So,
Really?
when you come into California.
No kidding.
And then inside you'll find a little bit, I know you're big into patches.
You can take take the box to the range.
Yeah, and it's TSA approved, so you'll be able to fly with it. So inside we got you a patch. You've shown us a patch about your security company. Well, we're gonna give you a patch of one of ours.
Wow, look at that, man. That is. I'm gonna break this out and turn this around. Let me see. That is really cool, you guys. That's too nice of you, man. Look at that. Wow, what a nice case, man.
Yeah, it's
very. And we offer this, so we became a vendor for them because we want to. When people start coming into it, they want to know how to transport a gun. They want to know how to keep it safe and stuff like that. So
that's a patch from our sleeves. That's a pin that we use when we do executive protection.
Very nice.
Because we're being a suit, so it resembles our badge. So people they know who we are, and if they need anything, they can approach us.
That's really cool, you guys. I really appreciate that, man. And looks like a SWAT patch to me, doesn't it? Am I close? Did you like that? I love that, though. No, I really love that,
and
guys.
that's his design. He created that design. He drew a freehand.
That is really, really cool. There you go, guys. Right there. That's awesome. Fantastic. Well, thank you both very, very, very much, man.
Thank you.
Very much. That's incredible. Okay, now we really got to dig into it, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, we're going to put my gift down over here. That's really nice, you guys. I really mean that. Are you sure, man? That's
absolutely.
That's a nice gift. Thank you.
Enjoy it.
I'll have to make that up. Fantastic. Well, let's get down to the...
So you were asking about sales. And the sales, what we offer, depending on the type of client. We've been getting a lot of requests for retail because there's, the retail theft has gone up tremendously the past couple of years. So we get a lot of requests for that. Of course, the EP work, same.
Sure.
Because of the, the home burglaries and the robberies that are happening in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That type of, that. And also, I think schools are in religious places of religion are big right now.
Yep. Yeah, yep. 100%.
So we've been, and the I think obstacle that we've been running into is people don't know the value of having one guard versus another. There's big difference. Obviously you have your unarmed guard, guy who just started in the industry. You have your armed guard, but still very little experience. Doesn't come with much knowledge regarding penal codes and police procedures. And then you have military guys, special ops guys that are a little bit better than that, but still not familiar with penal codes and the law. And then you have, the best of the best, former active or retired police officers.
Sure.
And we offer all those to our clients. And then now even to make it easier on us, we're offering that plus, vision. So that's where we're at in sales.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's funny. You guys, I talked with Tony and Carlos about this. When I opened my company, it's really hard because we're dedicated law enforcement officers, right? And you're working with a team, and look at the brotherhood, right? And you want to just take that and bring that into your company. You really want your brotherhood to be your security company.
Yes.
But you have to do it with the caliber of people that you have. Now, you guys have stepped that up because you have law enforcement guys they're doing your EP work. So that makes it pretty fun.
Yes.
But then we have to step it down because some of those people don't have the budgets. And we talked about that. What's the difference going to be when I go to a homeowner association and they really don't know the trouble? They don't see what we see. You got to remember that. They don't see what you see. Right, the incidents you see in a year, in a year, and they've discussed that before. We see 400 to 600 over a 20-year career.
Oh,
you think about it. Oh my God, everybody has PTSD versus a citizen. As soon as they become a victim, would that change the security budget immediately?
Yes.
But we have different people making different decisions. A lot of them are bean counters, right?
Right.
So, what the question is, and I'll say this to you, and we can go back and forth on this, but what is going to make you different than your competition? Okay. Well, we know what makes you different, right? It's going to the law enforcement background. That is a major plus. The fact you've been there, you get the support from the other outside agencies, the ability to go in and do a thorough, right? We can drive into a neighborhood, we get pretty good. We look at cars, we look at people, and not only that, we have other luxuries as far as figuring out what the stats are.
Yes.
In that neighborhood, what kind of crimes, what's the calls for service, what are we looking at, right? Back then, we couldn't do that. We can run an address today, and we can figure how many times somebody's been to that call or that house for a domestic dispute. I'm sure you still have that.
Yes.
So technology's come a long way, but how are we going to be able to take that and sell that and pitch that and get the money we need to bring in the quality people so we can retain them? We can provide them the great training, but how do we keep that? How do we keep those team? Because the gene pool's a gene pool when you get down there. Right. So that's the question. Have you guys thought about that? And I know you have because we talked about it. Right. That's if I was going to open a company today, that was the biggest thing I would be concerned about. Is how do I keep the existing pool, and on top of that, how can I get these guys paid? Because the world is changing right now from just putting a security officer. They don't like using the word guard anymore, but security officer, courtesy patrol, all that thing, to come in and do the work for a very, very tight budget. And you have all these other competitors out there, everybody trying to open up a security company, claiming the same thing, right? And it makes it very hard for you.
Yes.
So we said, and what I've done with Vision Insights with my partners is we put a tool together to we can actually take in technology and we can get some EP guys or law enforcement personnel. That's my goal. And I think we talked about this. A real high caliber, because you guys have that connection already. You want to be different, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think 90%, if not more, of our employees are former active or retired law enforcement.
Yeah.
So we have that caliber, but we also have the lesser trained guard available for a client with a smaller budget.
Yeah, for what their needs are. But that can be a problem too.
Yes.
Right? Because we're really dependent on the officer that's trained to go do the work. But with the technology we're talking about using now, we're talking about more of a partnership, right?
Yes.
Being able to do more things with them. But I want to take it further, and we talked about this, is that, okay, that's fine. We can use the officers to help us partner. But in reality, is your department short in personnel right now?
Oh, yes.
LAPD, ridiculous. LA County, ridiculous.
Yes.
I mean, everybody's getting handcuffed. The security personnel are being asked to do police-type work. It's not just observe and report anymore. They're asking, when you're not around, you got to tell your guys, no, you need to call me. I don't want to put you, you can't go in that position. I'm not going to put you in that position until you're properly trained, right? Because you're going to get yourself hurt. You don't get paid enough to go out and do that. I don't get paid enough, right? You don't get paid enough right now, and you've got the support of helicopters, K-9 units, SWAT, backup partner. Think about that, right?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a dangerous job.
I think even I know for us in my department, we're not allowed to do stuff on our own, unless it's like there's an urgent exigency, right, where you have to act. But even then, we have to wait, and so that delays response time.
Sure, yeah. So you can see where the problem is. So the idea is that we're wanting to take the Vision Insights, set up the parameters, figure out what the client is, because we're talking about taking and changing reporting to more, we're collecting intelligent data so we can make better decisions and set up security preventative measures to stop from those things not only happening, but while we're doing that, there's other things that we can do with other vendors to provide value that does reduce risk, liability, and just general cost and bring peace of mind to the residents and or tenants of a commercial property using technology. So we're right on the forefront of being able to do that. So it's not just an accountability tool. It's really taking a tool that for myself, that I understand, that we built for the client and putting it in your hands. And we're going to do this together. And we're going to go out and we're going to collect data and then put a better security program or maintenance program or parking program together and a safety program, community-based /security/policing concept where we get the people involved as well to be able to report and have that come into one data, one screen, one location, and then using AI to make an intelligent decision.
Vision Insights is the simplest, most powerful security guard management software. No long training, no complicated systems. Guards can start reporting in minutes. Train your teams with micro trainings, attaching video to individual checkpoints to walk them through sensitive procedures. Submit accurate reports every time with dynamic observations that automatically rewrite, categorize, and prioritize, removing human error. And grow your business with daily, monthly, and quarterly insights, the most advanced reports available today. Vision Insights, the simplest, most powerful way to report.
Another thing that I like about Vision is that you can provide those reports upon request, right? Like they know what they're getting. I think the biggest problem with clients is when you have a good security company that's proactive, that's doing what they're getting paid to do. What the result from that is that there's no problems. There's no more problems. The problems they had, you've solved. And so it's just now being a deterrent, right? But then client will see it as, oh, I don't need security anymore. So I think what Vision does is it provides the client with not only what security is proactively, reports of what security is doing, but providing them reports and giving that company the value client's looking for. Giving them the results, showing them the results. And
that's right. So traditionally, what we would do is we'd have our good personnel out there. Somebody could really rely on a new contract. Because what we do, we put our best people on the first night, first week to go out, the training officer, quote unquote, to make sure that everything gets done, the client's happy. Sometimes you're even doing the work because you want to make sure I understand what the client needs, what the property is, so you can say, okay, all right, see where I'm going, right? So, but we don't have the luxury to do that all the time, and we can't keep doing that every time because as you get bigger, then you have to really work yourself out of a job, and that's very hard to do because you guys are police officers, nobody's going to be you. Am I wrong? Nobody's going to be you. So with Vision Insights, now we have the ability to take all that information, set up the training, no matter what it is, real cool videos, walk them through every single part of the inspection, tour, whatever it may be. It's right in front of their face, from pictures to video. The next best part is the fact that they can take that information and we can create a tour. If it's just a general inspection, that's fine. It's there. All they need to do is pretty much take a picture, but they know what they're doing there. They understand the reason why they're doing it, right, and what happens if we don't do it. So we're educating them. We're making them better security officers or courtesy patrol officers or property ambassadors right there for that inspection. So we don't have to worry about somebody, hey, did you know, or you forgot. So we're pretty much reducing the mistakes, I think, pretty much 100%, just on what they're supposed to do. And then if there's an incident, the ability, come on, hit the plus button, just talk any language, just talk. Right. And to have it categorized automatically, determine if it's critical in nature and who it needs to go to.
Right, notifications, all that.
Yeah, it's unheard of right now, and we're doing it. But that's years and years and years of experience. So we take this tool and put it in the right hands, right? You guys, you can run to new business. Shouldn't have to run because we all speak the same language as far as what we offer our clients. When you go in the door, then it's really just a numbers game. So we have to be a better partner. We have to do something. We have to go beyond that. Now, you guys are ahead of the game because I think anybody would want you guys at the table, want you there knowing that you have that kind of background. That's peace of mind for me, especially for a homeowner association or maybe a retail store where you want to go. So and we need it to protect ourselves too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So all the other things that happen.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited to not only use it for new accounts, but to actually implement it in our existing accounts. You know, like exactly for retail security. You know, I want to be able to provide my client with my guard's efforts, and also at the same time provide them with a proof of how much we're saving them, how much we're recovering.
Sure.
What we're doing for those times where, you know, they want to get rid of, the budget's low and let's get rid of security because security always goes first. They'll think twice about that because we're showing them we're providing that results.
Sure. So let's take an example. What are you guys doing now for retail? What are they asking you to do typically? I understand it can be different. I got a general idea, but I just want to hear from you. Then maybe I can give you a different approach and how I would take vision insights and use it towards that.
So right now, one of our clients is a major grocery store. We support asset protection. So we work with asset protection. Asset protection will monitor cameras. We're armed, uniformed personnel, guards. And asset protection will monitor if they see something suspicious. They're either continue to monitor and approach if they confirm the theft at the point where the crime occurred, and then we'll support them by the presence, the uniform presence, and back them up should anything happen. If they need to detain physically or whatnot, take them into custody. Yeah. But our guards actually take it a step further because of scheduling and stuff like that. AP is not always there. So our guards walk the property. Our guards through the stores, they're allowed to make their own arrests if they want. And then, so at the end of each arrest, we get a receipt, an itemized receipt with the property that was recovered. Okay. And then generally the guard will type a report at whenever it's safe to do so, but at the conclusion of each stop. All right. And typing a small report just describing what occurred and then what was recovered or what was stolen.
Yep. Tony, so have you sold these yet? You walked in on the retail. I know you've just gotten into the market side. Is there any feedback you give on that?
So it's funny because today we did an event in Newport Beach for a big chain and company that does like makeup and stuff like that. And I was talking to one of the AP directors for Southern California, and I kind of give him a little bit of glimpse of vision. And I only scratched the surface on the information because it's huge. Mm-hmm. And I told him like what we would be able to do with that. And he was so excited. His eyes lit up. Yeah, lit up. And he was like, wow, really? I'm like, yeah. And what I like about vision is not only the security part. Like there's some customer service there too. Like, mm-hmm. I mean, one of the videos that you showed us, there was a guy taking a picture of a broken sprinkler, you know, mm-hmm. and that it goes straight to the manager. I said, we would be able to say, hey, look, your handle doesn't work. Your handle for the entrance for your building. And he goes, are you serious? Are you kidding? He goes, yeah. He goes, so you're pretty much doing some of the stuff that like the manager would do. He goes, but you're doing it for the same value as the security guard. And I said, yeah. I said, and that's something that we would be implementing. And then I spoke to you in the past about also how if we would do EP work or like a state detail, how we would be able to apply this. And mm-hmm. it's modified. That's one thing I like it. It's modifiable. Like you can mm-hmm. modify it to whatever the client's needs are. So when I was telling this guy, he was just like, man, you and I need to have a sit down and a conversation. Yeah, of course, we exchange information. And he was excited. And we're excited. I mean, I think whatever you showed us was just the tip of the iceberg. Mm-hmm. You know, I think there's so much more that we're going to be able to do with this. Yeah. And one thing that we do this for this, our accounts that we have now, a lot of it is customer service. It's not only about like, hey, this guy's stealing. It's more like a person walks up and says, hey, where can I change my check? Where can I go to the restroom? And it's that's one thing I think that sets us apart when it comes to our guards is we provide customer service. And when you provide customer service, then a lot of other people say, hey, man, look, this guy's interacting with the customers, with clients, with the people that work there. Mm-hmm. And when bad people come in, they see that this person's active in whatever capacity he's doing, whether it's customer service or surveillance or whatever it is, and it's a huge deterrent. So I could only imagine what Envision would do after that. With once they that's a huge tool to have in the hands of a guard. Mm-hmm. Because like you said, you talk about training. This is going to be training that he's going to have in the power of his hands. And our phones they're powerful already. Imagine with this, I'm excited of what am I going to be able to see in the retail industry with this.
Yeah.
product.
Yeah. There's no question. So the other thing is a lot of people have to need to understand that this isn't a tool for this kind of a, everybody thinks it's just a security officer tool for an accountability. As I mentioned before, it's not. This is a very unique tool.
Yeah.
Okay. We're just basically putting it in the hands of the team. So for a retail location, not knowing what's the name of the, well, I don't know if you can give the name. Are you talking more of just like, or can you give the name of a location where you do retail?
No, I don't think we can.
No, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. But it's a store.
It's
It's a big makeup chain.
Big makeup chain. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So big makeup chain. The idea is to take their existing information, what their problems may be, right? A lot of it's going to be visibility, right? Because if it's a big makeup, they don't want anybody walking in doing smash and grab, so it's got to be visible. And I don't know your business, but tell me if I'm wrong. Okay.
Yes.
That's why they're armed.
Yes.
Okay. And obviously they've been targeted before, right?
Of course. Yeah.
I don't know if they've been physically, I should say, robbed at gunpoint, like strong-armed, or robbed at the store. Have they held any employees down at all?
Not that we know.
Not
no.
safe or
No,
nothing like that,
no.
but just kind of smash and grab
Right.
stuff?
They have, but the stuff they have there, I mean, it's makeup, cologne, like toiletry stuff. So it's super expensive. So you get someone to go in there and within 2 minutes they're taking it's a grand theft, over $1,000 easy.
Yeah.
Right, just by putting some stuff here and there in their pockets.
Yeah. Yeah. So the idea of I would use this tool as to collect data as far as day and time, right? I would walk the store location as far as the amount of customers that are in the store, the type of customers that are in the store. I would get feedback from the people that are in the store, right? Some of their concerns, because we could add that. If you think about it, we could add that too. All right. This is just a tool to gather data, whereas we called it Intel.
Right.
And I'm going real deep right now with vision, because
Right.
one of the founders of the software, it's just my thinking. So we're going to take our mentality and we're going to be able to give it to the security personnel to collect data. So it's just a matter of what we want them to do. They're the ants in the field to go out and collect data, and it's very simple. We couldn't typically do it before because we would want to do it because we know what questions asked, right? But it's simple. Just hit the plus button, take video and or pictures, and just talk about what they heard or record it from the person in front of them to bring that data in so we can pull it later, ask it questions. It's AI.
Right.
Right? It's that intel. So the smash and grab, the time of the day, the products that they're concerned of, what products are being stolen. Do we move this product from this location to a cage product, Conversation with the other stores, what they're having. That's a big part, being able to say, what are the other store issues? Because they have chains, and these guys bounce around, right? What other stores have been hit? What other, in fact, the other stores, have they reported anybody that's attempted, right? We want to know,
Right.
because they could be coming our way. How great would that be to have that information fly right over to,
Right. Patterns.
Yep, patterns, all that.
Right.
That's what's going to make you different, is being able to pull that information from your team and constantly collecting that so we can figure out where the problems are. A little different because it's it's kind of a store location for makeup and cologne, because we know what's going to happen. That's not going to be your typical petty theft person walking in, maybe a transient, but that's going to be a homeless person. You're going to be able to recognize that person right away. The other ones are going to pull up in the car, and it's going to happen real quick. So
Yes.
that's a whole different protocol.
And I have one of those stores where I patrol, and I mean, when they get hit,
Hard.
in 2 minutes, and then they're taking like easy $2,000 worth of things, and they just walk in and walk out.
Yeah.
That's
They
it.
don't even know what's taken, do they?
No,
It's just an estimate, huh?
right.
Oh my gosh, it's horrible. Now, what do they? I know they want your officer to. Are they allowing your officer to do anything? Are they expecting anything from your officer? in
Most of the
store?
time they don't.
Okay.
Most of the time you're a deterrent or you're a liaison for the police.
Yeah.
But like Tony was saying, a liaison. It depends on. Particular, this client doesn't, right? Other clients do, but this client is more of hands off, monitor, observe, and report type of deal.
Yeah.
Even if your guard is there, and which is okay, because if the guard is active, like Tony's saying, engaging people, most of the time that's deterrent enough. Where, oh man, this guy, they'll walk in, and the suspect will walk in and see that the guard's paying attention. They're not on their phone, and they'll walk away. Others that are committed to stealing will steal no matter what. But that's when vision comes in with and develop those reports so that we can advise then the client, hey, look, this item you're placing here at the front of the store, maybe you should move it to the back, or maybe you should keep this, in a locked case or whatnot.
Yeah. With our train of thinking, myself, I would double up in the glass doors. I'd have a switch where the door would lock. I'd just stand and I would I'd be standing at the door and letting people in myself, almost like I'll determine who's going to come in the store.
Right.
Prevent that smash and grab or be able to lock it.
Right, quickly.
Yeah, lock it quickly. And then if they're going to break glass and come in, then we have to step up the glass or whatever. It's just a shame, right? Because I'll tell you, I don't think people realize. Well, I think people know. Amazon's just going to keep loading up because nobody's going to go to stores anymore.
Yeah.
Pretty scary, huh? With the commercials emptying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. So, anyhow, the good part with Vision is being able to load that up and become a partner with your client and gather that data quickly so we can provide them better service.
I can even see this. I can even see partnering up with law enforcement, where Vision develops patterns, MOs, and we give them to law enforcement, and then they can, detectives can always work it.
Yep.
Set up in plain clothes and determine when they come, when the robberies or thefts are taking place.
Yeah. We've even got it where you can basically just record the plate with an LPR, and it just tracks the plate. You don't have to have an issue or spend the time to put the information in. You take a picture of the car or indoor video, and it captures the plate and just records the plate. So we become the Department of Motor Vehicles, right? My goal is to make it NCIC, right? We can pull that information. And if we're pulling plates, it's especially in a bigger community, that's all. And the more you are doing contracts within the city, the more data you collect. Think about that.
Yeah.
They can come to us and say, hey, you guys got a plate? We're looking for a partial. Be able to pull that up. And then ask it a question, not just search a database. Like we could ask AI, hey, give me this make and model. Tell me where this car frequents. It's like crazy.
It's like flock, right? How flock.
Yep.
There's some cities that have flock, and then you'll have a city in the middle that doesn't. And so you're investigating something, and then you lose the ability to track who you're looking for because that city doesn't have that. So if every city had flock, then you'd be able to solve crimes easily.
Yeah, but then the cities don't want it, huh?
No,
some of them are just really complaining about the thing.
But that goes in line to what you were saying about vision. The more it's out there, the easier it is to solve crimes or develop patterns or reports.
Yeah, 100%. What are the other contracts you guys are looking to do? Are you looking to do more homeowner associations? Are you doing any of those right now?
No, we're not, but we're looking to get into that, yes.
Okay.
HOAs.
And you're doing, commercial?
Commercial.
HOAs?
Estate, like mansions, security, EP, and retail security. We're trying to do schools.
Yep.
Security for schools. That was one of our goals. A couple of years in the making.
Yeah, school safety is a big one. Mm-hmm. That's on-site campus protection, not only just assets are on the thing, but being when the students are leaving certain locations to stand up front. Then if they have any dorms on site, right. That's a big one, especially dorms. Being able to escort students from different locations and or teachers from different locations, right? Whether they have a university police on campus or not, still they stay busy, but they still need security.
Yes.
Parking lot, it's just it's a never ending.
Yes.
But the idea of being able to take the data and work that and put that together to be a really good partner, I think changes things. And I think that timing's really good right now. I really do.
I agree.
Really good. Yeah. Put it together and get out there and run.
Yes.
Lock it down. Really do. You guys are in Covina. Where's your services right now? Where do you guys?
We can operate in Inland Empire, Southern Los Angeles County, Orange County. Believe it or not, we've had some accounts in Kern County?
Yeah, Bakersfield.
Yeah.
So we've gone all the way out there, but mostly Southern California.
Okay.
San Diego, Orange County, Inland Empire.
Okay. But EP's your big work, it seems like right now, huh?
Yes.
Primarily?
It's getting busy.
Yeah, it's getting busy.
Are you doing you said you're doing a lot of homes? You doing things like vacation checks, or are you staying the night,
Well, no, the homes that we guard were there during the night, but the full contract for the year. But we would do vacation checks.
Okay.
And
the residents at home at night too?
Yes.
So it's big homes. You're standing on the outside.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Is that getting big?
Yes.
Wow. People are scared, huh?
Yeah, and they love us because we give them that security. they could be able to go to sleep and knowing that someone's out there keeping watch.
Yeah.
And that's huge. And that's, and when they hire us, they know that it's not going to be one of those guards that falls asleep. They know they're watching, and that's the good thing about having law enforcement guys in our team, that they're the guys they work at night. So they're used to that.
Yeah.
They don't have to drink a bunch of coffee. They're already used to that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we give them quality people, we're not too big for anything. So, we've taken people's kids to school. We've gone on food runs for them and their family when they're sick. It's not just about protecting the property, being there as a stationary duty, but we do a lot more. It's customer service.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's fun.
Yeah.
It
That
is.
part's fun.
None of our guys are like, oh, yeah, I'm not paid to do that. They'll be like, hey, no problem.
Yeah.
We had one of our clients call me yesterday and says, hey, can the guard come in a little bit earlier because we need a ride to a wedding? Mm-hmm. Yeah, no problem. Our guy showed up, took him to the wedding, picked him back up. That's what we do. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So driver service included.
Hey,
Yes, absolutely.
why not? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No place is safe anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Take out your trash could be a problem,
Yes.
right? Yeah, I think that's really cool. All right. So we're going to obviously work together. We're going to do some stuff. We're going to target your existing clientele, getting the data insight set up. And what I'd love to do is I'd love to have you guys back and we talk more about how things are progressing.
Yes.
So we don't have to make this a super long podcast, but that's what we're going to do. So we're going to come back and we're going to talk about progression and see how things are going with your clients, the feedback from your clients, how it's working in the field with your teams and your officers and stuff like that, and just give everybody a step. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
What
I
do you
love
think?
that. Yes.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we'll do that, and then what we're going to do now is we're going to get some photographs. We're going to put this page. We're going to put some really cool pieces up, I'm sure, and we got some marketing pieces with vision, and we'll custom build out where you want to be with your existing properties, and I'll help you with that. We'll build it out really cool for them. That'll be your marketing piece, and we'll build it out from them. Then, of course, the great part, that will change as we bring data in. We can make changes. So it's not a one-time build-out. We're constantly making changes based on data from the people bringing it in. Mm-hmm. That's the fun part. So it's kind of like DB work nonstop, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's awesome.
All right, well, we'll do it. But I gotta thank you first of all, you guys, for the patches again. OC Protection. These are the people you want to look out for, guys. Yep, they're putting it down on the ground, and we're gonna help them do it too. So it'll be interesting. So stay on the podcast, like and subscribe with these guys.
Yes.
Give your website.
It's ocprotectionservices.com. And then for Instagram, we have OC_protection_services.
Okay, and give them your names for the record, guys.
Carlos and Tony.
Yeah, Carlos and Tony. And just to clarify, OC doesn't stand for Orange County. It's actually both our last names, Ocegueda Cortez.
Yes.
Okay, say that again for them.
Huh?
Say that again for them.
Ocegueda Cortez.
Okay,
OC
there you go. Yeah. You white boys didn't hear that, but the Spanish guys, they got it. Okay, they got it. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for coming.
All right,
Always love to have brother law enforcement guys in my studio. What do you think of the studio?
Oh, it's awesome.
Kind of cool, huh?
That's cool. Awesome.
And you guys get to see the new cameras. You're going to be on the new cameras.
That's cool.
That's
yeah.
Great.
You guys are already pretty, but now you're going to really look
yeah,
nice.
gonna
You're
catch
going to
the
really look good. Yeah. Wrinkles. You guys
Get rid of the grays.
Yeah, here's what you get to look forward to when you keep running security company. All right, you guys, OC Protection Services, got the patches right. There we go. Flip them up. All right. Stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more coming.
Comment, like, share, and subscribe.